Okay, welcome. I think this is going. I'm going to turn my volume off. So right now what I'm doing is I am getting ready to make a video about the newest version of processing, Processing 3. And I have this, oh boy, you can't see me at all. Wow. It's just like this weird screen here. Okay, let me fix this. You're gonna see me fix this live. Okay, I'm in Wirecast. Can you see this? No, you can't see this at all. Shoot. Crap. There, I'm back. And I'm going to fix this. I really didn't want the beginning of the video to be this failed part. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Okay, here I am now. Now, there's a couple things here. So I'm just broadcasting live. This is going to be a bit of a mess. I kind of want to start over, but I guess I can't. That's the problem. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and running with the newest processing. And I've got a script here that you maybe can or cannot see. I'm going to pull it up. So the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, okay, I've just resized the resolution of this window to see how that goes. Okay, and this is my script here. So I'm going to say hello and welcome, what's new, talk about the editor, OpenGL renderers, high density displays, size. This is what I'm looking at. But before I can do any of this, I need to get the newest processing. So, and of course I already have it, but this is like a fresh kind of user login. So I could, if you're watching this and you were following along, I could go here and go to the download page and notice the current version here is 3.0 beta 6. But what I'm going to do actually instead is I'm going to build it from the source. So if you've ever wondered, I've just realized that I'm probably going to have some problems that are going to come up. But if you've ever wondered how to build processing from source, I'm going to do that. So right now I need this, the URL for the GitHub repository. And I'm going to open up Terminal. And I'm going to go to Documents, and I am going to clone that directory. Now, there's already a directory called Processing, so let's make one called this and go into that directory. And let's clone it. I knew this would happen. So let's not worry about this because I logged in on a different account. I'm going to use this URL. And here it comes. So processing is coming down. I'm getting the entire source. I'm going to check to see if anybody has any questions or comments. I don't think there's any. Oh, there's 4 people watching now, which is thrilling. Okay, let's see. Do I have it yet? Oops, that's my streams screen. Okay, this is going to take a while because it's a huge repository. So what's new in Processing 3? Okay, so first thing I need to do is I need to introduce myself, probably. That's what I need to do in the video. This is not working the way I expected. Let's look for some, let's see actually if I can just run processing right now while I'm waiting for this. I have B5 already on this machine. Let me run that one. So one of the things in my script here is to look at features in the new editor. So I made the resolution of this window. Oh, it's doing weird things. Look at that, look at because the font size is so big. So let's make the font size like 14. Okay. And that's too small. And let's make it like 24. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so this will, I think, help. I'm trying to figure out what's an optimal kind of screen resolution for this video. And I think this is pretty good because the editor is quite large and you can kind of see all the pieces. Okay, let's see how this is going. Still at 69%. Okay, so one of the things I want to look at, I got to come up with a good example of this, is to look at errors. So what's if I open up one of the basic examples, maybe color. Yeah, this is kind of like a nice example. So And I'm going to move the curly brackets up to there. Let's run this example. So this is just an example that changes the hue based on probably mouse X and maybe the saturation. Or no, the hue. It looks like it's mouse. Let's look at what it's doing. So the hue. Sorry, it's just the hue is changing based on mouse Y, and so if mouse Y stays the same, except it's impossible to have it be exactly the same, I would have the same color across. But as you see, I go across and down. Okay, so what are some things that I can show? I can see missing a semicolon, missing a semicolon, and missing a right parentheses. And if I go to errors, we can see that both are missing. And I can zoom in on these to look at them. These are some things that I'm going to discuss. I can anybody would be watching this. I should just shut this off now. This is a bad idea. Okay. So there is no benefit really to building from source. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to make sure I have the very, very latest in case there were some, because I'm making this video before the actual Processing 3 has been released. And also I'm going to do something goofy and make a, I'm going to make a fake version that looks like it actually is the Processing 3 release. See if that works. So I need to go to the build directory. Whoops, where am I? I need to go into processing. I need to go into the build directory. And then I'm going to type ant build. I'm just curious if this works first to see. Okay, this is a good sign. Okay, that's building. I'm going to check the chat here. Show errors as you type can be turned off. That's a good note to mention. I need a pen. Thank you. Show errors. Can be turned off. Is that in the regular preferences? Let's see here. Where is that? Continuously check for errors. Okay, so that can be turned off. You can mention that. Okay, great. And now where am I? Did I build it? I did. So actually, if you want to see here in this ant directory, now I've got a processing app that I built from source, but what I want to do is something quite dangerous. I want to say ant dist 3.0. I think that'll work. I'm building 3.0. Here it comes. Oh, enter version number. Is this where I say 3.0? Maybe. Oh, no. Maybe I need to enter 0245. Nope. What do I do here? Shoot. Somebody must know this, right? No, I forget what I do. I'm such a failure. What does it say? Ant dist 3.0. Enter version number 0245. To do a distribution, the processing docs repo. Oh, of course. I'm not even reading the instructions, so sorry about that. So let's go and thank you. Let's go and get processing -docs. I need this URL. Sorry about that. And I'm going to clone that repo. This should be a bit faster. Here it comes. See if anybody has. I need a separate computer. Great. Autocomplete. Yes, I'm definitely going to show autocomplete. So this is all. I need to practice all this stuff, which is what this weird session is that I've just been like rambling for 10 minutes with no purpose on. Okay, so let me get back to here. Okay, good. And then, whoops. And now I should be able to go into the build directory and say ant dist 3.0, enter version number 245. Let's see what's going on. Okay, it's building. I'm building, I'm building. Keep on going. It's building the reference, doing all sorts of stuff. Very exciting. Build failed. Target 3.0 does not exist. Oh, wait, maybe it was. Did I screw that up? Maybe I was supposed to say. I wish I had checked this before. Grab it from Mac OS X. Oh, there it is. It's there, but you know what? I probably should have. I think I did it wrong. Ant dist 3.0. Then I should say 3.0. And it's just going to give me that fail message because there's not really a real 3.0 thing yet, probably. But I think it'll actually work. Sorry, this takes a minute. There I am in the past over here. Let's see if that worked. And in here, Mac OS X. Yes, there it is. There's my processing 3. And I'm going to unzip it. And I've got a folder here. This looks like it. I'm going to put it on the desktop. And I'm going to close all this. Close all this. And this is my script. I don't need this. I don't need this font book. I don't need the preferences open. I don't want processing open anymore. And I'm not used to having this little screen space, but I think this is good. And now here, this should be processing 3. Here it is. Let's launch it. My fake processing 3. Okay, we got a welcome screen. That's a good sign. Welcome to processing 3. So the first thing that it shows you is that it says, note some sketches from processing 2 may not be compatible. So what has changed? I think both of these links and maybe also this link all go to the same place. Let's see. So this goes to the changes wiki, which I want to show. Let's see. This also goes to multiple sketchbooks. Okay, so that's good. And create a new sketchbook, recommended, which is what I'm going to do. But I'm actually not. I want to see this welcome message the next time I launch it. So here, and I'm going to lower the browser here. Okay, so I need prepared in the browser. I have these YouTube windows open, which I guess I'll close when I go to record. So I want to have processing.org up. And I think also something I'll definitely reference is that changes wiki. So where did I just had that open? Changes in 3.0. So both of these things are things that I would like to refer to and go over. This has more details. The point of this video that I haven't started yet, it's just me rambling to a live stream. But the point of the video that I ultimately want to make is to go through these changes, but just give kind of an overview. So I'm trying to get ready to figure out different things right now, and I have a chat. Could you run through the script so we can see the headings? Yes. Okay, so here is my script. I should really have a second machine for the chat open, and that's okay. So the first thing I'm just going to say in my script is hello and welcome. I am Daniel Schiffman. Here I am on behalf of the Processing Foundation and all of the volunteers and everyone who's worked on Processing 3 to talk about what's new in Processing 3. I want to go through the new editor, just kind of give a cursory glance over it. I should really mention the debugger. That's something that's missing from my script. Error checking, auto-completion debugger. I won't spend a lot of time on the debugger because I want that. I actually would like to make an entirely separate video about the debugger. So I want to look at the OpenGL renderer and talk about how it's faster and look at full screen. I want to look at pixel density and what happens if you're on like a retina display or another high density display. Quickly mention that size really requires hard-coded numbers, which has always been a requirement, but it's a bit stricter now, and there are ways around it. You can refer to the wiki if you need to get around that. I want to look at the new contributions manager, talk about how you can have a Processing 2 or Processing 3 sketchbook. and talk about how libraries are still being updated. And if you're a library developer, please get in touch with us, because all we want to do is help make sure all the libraries are updated, and then refer again to the wiki and say thank you and goodbye. That is my plan for the video. This is actually, this live stream, this is what I wanted to start the live stream, but then I was like doing all this technical stuff. Now the camera went off. I can fix that. I'm going to take a peek at the chat to see if anybody is there. More comments below. Okay, that's it. So that's my script. So I'm hoping in about 30 minutes or so to actually just make the video, but I feel like I need to practice. So I'm going to figure out things that I should have open, like sketches and stuff to show. So also I need to put my script, I have this physical script, and I'm going to tape it like over here somewhere so I can see it. I need a piece of tape. I had tape in this office at one point. Aha! This is a little bit overkill to have this gaff tape, but I think maybe I won't archive this on YouTube. These live streams that I've been doing, I leave them there, but this is really, okay, so I'm going to put this script right underneath the camera. Can I put it above the camera? I'm putting it above the camera. Can I see it? Okay, it says, hello and welcome. What's new in Processing 3? There's a brand new editor. There's a new OpenGL renderer. There's support, it doesn't rhyme anymore, for high density display. So those are my notes. It's a little bit awkward now, I keep looking up, but it'll be okay. Let me check the chat again, which I really should have open on a separate computer. Okay, there's me in the past again. This is very weird. Excuse me. Okay, so looking at the editor, actually, so I think maybe looking at the editor, what I want to do is just type, I'm going to make a new sketch. So what I'll do in the video is say, okay, I'm going to save my sketch, and here's my, I'll make a new sketchbook, I guess. So it's new, and I'm just going to say, welcome sketch. And I'm going to type setup, and I'm going to type draw, and I'll make a mistake, and I'll say size 300, and I'll make another mistake, and I'll say ellipse, and we will see like, okay, oh, there's a bunch of errors. You can see them here with squiggly lines. You can see here that it's telling me what the missing error is, and then down here, now this is brand new in Processing 3, the bottom, the console now has both a message console where you would see print line statements appear, as well as an errors tab. And if I click there, you can see actually all the different errors, and including the errors, also the line number. So I could click on this, and I could click on this, and it would take me directly to that particular error. So this particular error, missing a right parentheses, I can fix that. It's gone. Semicolon, I can fix that. I'm going to get a new error. The variable x does not exist. Look how great that error message is. It says exactly what's wrong. This is great. This video is going to go very well. Okay, so that's what I'll do for the error checker. Code, and then so I'll fix those. Code completion. Do I have, then I can mention that you could turn off that continuous error checking if it's bothering you. And then you can also turn on something called code completion. So if I turn on code completion, and I say okay, then I can do things like control space, or no, I type first? RE control space, no? That was close. RE control space, no? How about if let me just see something. New p vector, v dot, oh, there we go. So, oh, look at this. Something weird is going on. It's like way behind. It's like behind where I am. That's weird. Let's try that again. There we go. Now it's working. RE control space. Do I need a third? 3 characters? All right, what am I doing wrong? How do I get code completion to work? Whoa, it's behaving weirdly. Let's see. Let me, do I have errors still in the sketch? It might be a problem if I have errors still in the sketch. So let's remove this stuff. Let's say EL control space. Trans space? Ooh, oops. Let's see if somebody's watching can help me with this. The default renderer is not changing. It's the same. There is a new renderer that I would talk about called the JFX renderer, which you can use for 2D rendering. Shoot. How do I get code completion to work? I should really know this. Control space. Okay. Control space. E-L-L-I. Ah, there we go. Excellent. E-L. Maybe I need to get, how many characters? Do I need to just do it faster? I never use code completion. There, now it's working. It's behaving weirdly. Am I insane about this? Okay, I'm going to quit and minimize this. I'll leave this open actually, because that way I can see. Let's see here. Desktop. Let's open processing again. Okay. And void setup, size, align. What is going on? L, yeah, it's like, it happens at a weird time. I wonder if something's going on this machine, but. This is, well, okay, I'm going to move on from the code completion thing, and I will come back to it, because it's acting weirdly. So let's go on. So that code completion, I'll mention the debugger. So in that sense, I think like having an example ready to go would be good. What's a nice simple one? I mean, that color one was a good one. So if I were to enable the debugger and add a breakpoint here and hit debug, it will run, and you can see that the code stopped right here, and it's giving me the variable values at that particular time. And what I can do is step through the code one line at a time. I can continue and that sort of thing. So that might work well. Instantaneous rate now, last bar. Are those variables in this? Last bar, bar width. I wonder what these are. I guess these are some other variables. I thought the built-in variables would only show up here. Now also, I guess I need to debug. Which bar, yeah. Okay, so I think I'll just show this really briefly because I'm going to do the debugger in a separate video. It's like a breeze blowing my script. That's not good. I need 2 pieces of tape. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a second piece of tape here for my script. I'm going to tape it to the camera itself. Okay. Okay, so that's good in terms of the debugger. I can just open up an example. I will also, problem with this screen resolution, which is good actually, is I just need to keep things on this side. Then I can go to demos, graphics, maybe, I don't know what's a good one here. Let's try this rotating arcs. This is a nice one to see. Maybe under performance though. Like what's a good, so topics, shaders. Let's see if any of these are good. Nebula. This is a good one. The thing that I want to show is that I can change this to full screen P2D, and I can hit go. Oh, and look, we're in outer space. Quick run, full screen. This is great. Look at this. In outer space. Oh, this is going to be good. So far, some things are working. Oh, yes, this is good. Okay, and then I could also show this other one. If I change this to full screen P3D and run this one, and I'm also got full screen. So full screen works really well. I could have added no cursor to get rid of the cursor. I can say not only the renderer, but I can actually specify which display. So I can run, if I was hooked up to a projector, all I would need to do is say full screen, the renderer, comma, the display number, and get this. I can't demonstrate this because I'm just in a video here, but if I were to say full screen P3D span, or does it go the other way around? So let's look at the documentation. Full screen processing. Let me get, so I get this right. This is the new full screen method, and it takes the display, either takes just the display or the renderer. So if I am specifying the renderer, then I'm getting the display after. So those are good to mention. I'll talk about that. The other thing that I can't really demonstrate here, though, is pixel density. So if you're working on a Retina machine, you can use the new pixel density function, which looks like this. Pixel density 2, and then everything is drawn with the doubled pixels. It's really quadrupled the pixels. Is that right? Right? Because it's, it's doubled along the rows and columns, 4 pixels for every pixel, so higher resolution. But all that's handled behind the scenes in the nice, beautiful, crisp, smooth lines and render in Retina mode. And if you really want to push the limits of what looks nice in Retina rendering, I can actually try the look at my notes, JFX renderer. Let's see. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so is it not JFX? So I thought it was JFX for some reason. I will have to look that up. Let me see, where can I look that up? I will go to GitHub, processing. Let's look for Java FX in issues. Where are the renderers? FX2D, maybe that's what I'm missing. Although, is that what we decided on? Let's try that. FX2D. That recognized that. Okay, so that must be right. Okay, so you can see beautiful FX2D. I could even say pixel density 2. So I think I'm right that if you want to get the nice quality Java FX Retina rendering on in 2D, you need to both use this renderer and pixel density of 2. So let's see how that goes. Pixel density 2 is not available for this display. Well, that's the right error message. It's not available for this display because it's not available for this display, which is too bad. I wish I could demonstrate that somehow. Okay, so that's good. Size is just something quickly to mention. Let me just check the chat here because maybe, okay, no. Okay, so another thing then I need to do is talk about the contributions manager. Okay, so if I come back to processing and I look at, now is the question I have here in terms of the new, so one of the exciting things about the contributions manager is that it's, there's one contributions manager. So it's the same thing for whether you want to install example packages, libraries, tools, or modes. And example packages is actually something new, which I should mention. So now, so the question is, what's the best way to get to the contributions manager? I think, I know I can get to it from import add library. So maybe I'll just pretend that's what I'm about to do. And you'll notice like, aha, look, not just do we have this list of libraries, but right here I can look at what modes are available, what tools are available, what example packages are available. all these things can be installed. One available, 1.0, that's the version, update, remove, and if I had some, this is already installed. Well, I should remove some of these weird things that are installed. And you can see that ones that are not yet working for the version of for processing 3 are grayed out. If there was an update available, there would be an exclamation point here, I think, and I'm standing in front of it, so this is something I can't do. So I have to move this to the side, talk about it this way. It might be worth like sort of zooming in, I guess, to kind of like make some of these points. Now, can I artificially create a scenario? Can I get an older version of a library? And I think, you know, and then updates would show here. So I think it's fine. I don't need to show like every inch of the feature. I think just talking about through this and when there's an available update, this becomes something you can update. Okay. And then, so that's good. And I can install some. That'll be good. And then just talk about the changes wiki. I think that's everything. This actually won't take that long, and I think I'm kind of mostly ready to do it. Except for the code completion problem that I was having trouble. Anybody have any feedback if you're watching this? I really feel let me know if there's anything else, or if you have any questions now you want to ask. I think what I'm going to do is turn this off actually, and take a short break. Let me try to futz with this code completion thing for a second, because I don't know why I can't get that to work. So I'm going to not save any of this stuff. Not save any of this stuff, which is fine. This is my script, which now, I guess I could have the script at the very beginning of the video, but maybe that's unnecessary. And let me just see here. Let me launch processing again. Actually, let me just test this, so what happens if I actually go and create the new sketchbook folder for processing 3 sketches? Get started. Will it do that? Sketchbook location, documents. Okay. It's still got stuff there. That's, because I need to make a new location. Okay. Let me go back to the welcome screen. Oh, oops. Oh, I want to see that. How do I trigger that again to show up? Because now I only have this welcome message. I want the first welcome message to come up. So maybe if I look at the preferences, I can, is there some like welcome, secret welcome preference? Welcome scene, false, welcome scene, false. Okay, hold on, let me quit processing. Let me reopen this preferences up. Welcome scene, false. So maybe I need to say true to get that first welcome screen. Nope. Okay, maybe I need to actually just, let's see. Welcome scene, false. Oh, I see. Maybe because I already have the sketchbook path 3. What if I take that out? If I don't have that in the preferences, I bet you that re-triggers it. Aha! Okay, so I want to make a new sketchbook folder, so I'm going to click Get Started, and I am going to make a new folder called Processing 3, create it, and hit Open, and then now my sketchbook, my sketchbook is empty because I've got a brand new, and if I go to Sketch, Import Library, Add Library, this is totally new, so I can look for the video library, which is from the Processing Foundation, and I can hit Install. And maybe this isn't the best demonstration. I should pick a library that is faster to install when I demonstrate. That probably would be good. This is going to take a while to download. You think I'd have a much faster connection here, but maybe it's not maybe the sound one would be a good one to do. Is the sound one not as big as the video one? Let's try this. Try like box2D for processing. There, look at that. See? Lickety split, box2D for processing. Now I have a weird, what if now could I dare, if I close the contributions manager and I look at my sketch folder, oh, whoops, I'm in the temporary land. If I go to, I should have a shortcut to this now, processing 3. If I go to libraries, could I possibly trick it to thinking I have an earlier version of it, right? Because couldn't I need to edit this file, right? If I make this version 3, if I think that I have version 3, and I relaunch processing, let's see if this works. Okay, that's fine. Get started. And if I go to, right, I want to go to the contributions manager. Ah, look at this. Update. Haha. So this is perfect. So I can create a kind of like false need to update a library, which is excellent. Now, did those other libraries actually install when I quit them? No, I didn't. So, so maybe I will, okay, so that's good. So that's for the contributions manager. Pixel density, it was FX2D. Let me check YouTube. Yeah. Yes, thank you. That's I'm definitely going to do that, the empty folder. That's what I'm attempting to do. Look, there are like 16 people watching this right now, except probably nobody's actually watching this because it's like, I'm not really doing anything. Tweak mode. Okay. Oh, I have some more. Who is the audience for this? Yes. Okay, sorry, this is good feedback. Who is the audience for this? Yes, so this is not a welcome to processing video. If you've never used processing before, I would suggest the hello processing tutorial. So I do want to say that at the beginning. And then, maybe I'm going to actually just run through it. I'm going to do like a run through. And then I will also, any idea of the book revealed digital format? Please ask the publisher for me because I keep asking and I can't make any headway. So it's Elsevier. You have to contact them. Tweak mode. Tweak mode is probably good to mention. And the video and sound libraries aren't installed by default anymore. Yes, these are all really good things. Where do I note these? Okay, I have a little a whiteboard over here. You can't see me, but I'm gonna my live stream here. So some of the comments I just got was, who is the audience? There's some things I need to add to my script. Tweak mode. I guess I could briefly mention that. There was another good comment there. Hello, Denmark. Empty folder, yes. Video and sound aren't installed by default anymore. Video and sound not by default. Okay, if anyone's actually watching this and has processing 3, get the latest beta, B6 probably is what you want to get it open. See if you can get code completion to work. I'm having some trouble with it, and I'm not sure if it's just my machine. And I would love to hear, so I'm going to attempt again. I just got a new sketch open. I'm going to write void setup. I'm going to write void draw. And I'm going to save this as, welcome sketch. And I want to say code completion is on with control space. So I should be able to say EL control space. See, the error came up. Right? What's going on? It's just being very slow to react. Is that happening for anybody else? Did you see how long it took for code completion to come up? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to just going to mention it rather than demonstrate it if I can't get it to work right. Let me get the chat open. Okay, thanks. Let me just keep trying it while I'm waiting to see if any of you guys have any feedback about it. So other things, if I have an image, then code completion should trigger not with control space, but just on the dot. So maybe I'll just demonstrate that. So that seems to be working. And it might just be that I'm like incompetent. Look now, it seems if there's like an error. Okay, get rid of the error. And then it comes up. Yeah, this is some weird behavior. But it's fine if I'm fast before. So I wonder if continuously check for errors off. If that will help things. That seems to be working. It's like inconsistently happening. It's working, right? It's so Marcello, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Are you doing anything different than I'm doing? I don't know why. And you can see this window is like stuck there. Okay, so there's been an error that's been introduced before B5, between B5 and B6. Okay, I'm gonna, think I'm gonna have to, what I'm gonna do is maybe make a version of this video without code completion. And I kind of want to take a break, but if I stop the stream, this like URL completely goes away. I don't know if anybody cares to still be here while I practice, but you know what? Why don't you guys, if anybody wants to, I'm going to practice making the video, and right now I'm having an issue with code completion, so I don't know if I'm able to actually like make the video, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to kind of like gloss over code completion. Okay, so in order to make this video, I need to close a few things. So I'm going to leave this open. Going to pull these windows out. Whoops, because I need these YouTube windows, but I'm going to minimize them. And I have another one. Okay, and now I have here FX2D, right? Okay, I'm going to leave processing open, the main page. And I'm going to start. Okay, let's see. Let me just see if I can grab the YouTube, just to see if I need it for anything. Here it is. Okay. And I can minimize this. And I'm going to look at my notes for a second. Okay, so one thing I need to do is quit processing. I need to minimize this. I think I don't want anything on the desktop here. And so this miscellaneous folder can just go into documents. Just want processing here, the actual application. And then the script I don't need, it's there. But I do need to get to the preferences. Oh no, I don't need to get to the preferences. What I need to do, but if I start fresh, I wanted to show when a library needs to be updated, but I can't start fresh because, you know what, you know what I can do? I got a weird idea. Maybe this is a terrible idea. So if I go to processing 3, libraries, I'm going to pull this out. Would it be so terrible to open this welcome sketch, show sketch folder, libraries, put this in there, like manually put in an old version of the library, and then when I go to the contributions manager, you'll see that it needs to be updated. Maybe I'll do that just to like demonstrate that. Why not? That's not the worst thing in the world. So let me take that out, hide that down here, or maybe I can have, okay, so let me configure this, sorry. I want to get rid of this, Need this processing 3 here, except I'm going to get rid of that in a second. Oh no, I don't need to get, yes, I'm going to get, oh, no. I got a weird idea, okay. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to, I have an idea. Okay, I'm figuring this out. Okay, go to the preferences, and what I'm going to do is just pull this Sketchbook 3 path out, and that way, I might have messed it up. Let's see if I can go to recent items, preferences.txt. Yeah, is it still there? Yeah, I want to pull this out. So now when I launch processing, oh, camera went off. When I launch processing, I will get this message. So I can say get started, and then I can pick my processing 3 folder, and then now I already had that library in there that needs to be updated. So, okay. And then maybe what I want to do now is I'll pick a different library to install quickly, like Physica. Not so fast. It's pretty fast. My libraries come really quickly because they're on. I guess I could search. What if I search for I could just HTTP requests. Oh, the Connect library is a good one. Let's install this. See, that was fast. Okay, great. So I'm going to do that. I could also, okay, great. Oops. So then, and then if I have I think maybe what I want is documents. This seems silly, but I might need to create. Whoops! What am I doing? What am I doing? Stop. Make an alias to this. Put that here. So this is my processing 3 sketchbook, in case I need to get to it quickly. And I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this. Okay. Then I need to quit processing again. Go back to the preferences, and remove that sketchbook 3 path. And now I'm ready to make this video. Clean up. There we go. And let me check if anybody had any other feedback. Yeah, so unfortunately, the sound for this is only in the left speaker, and I have not been able to fix it. It's a stupid thing. If I just spent a day worrying about that. But when I record an actual video, the sound will be in both. Okay, I'm gonna do a practice round of this video, and if you're watching, I'm gonna try to make this about 10 minutes. No idea if that's realistic. I'll probably mess it up a lot and forget some things I wanted to say, and then I happily will take any feedback about it afterwards. So in order to do that, I think what I'll start with is, whoops, not YouTube, not the stream manager. Where is it? Processing, okay. Okay, so I will start the video by standing here and talking to the camera and referring to things over here and typing things on the computer. All right, this is just practice, so what could go wrong? Okay, but I do need to, I'm going to record it separately to file, to disk. Okay, so hold on, I'm just going to have a little water. I'm stepping over here, I'm out of the frame. I could just go back and use B5 to deal with that code completion bug, but maybe I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to flip the camera on and off, and I'm getting ready to start. And I just check to see if anybody had any last thing they wanted to say. Oops, wrong. I'm wrong. Okay. Okay, nobody said anything recently. Okay, here I go. I'm going to hit record. Hello. I'll start over. Let me look at the script. Hello, my name is yada yada yada, processing 3, who's the audience for this video, etc. Okay. Hello, my name, that's the camera. Okay. By the way, there's like 50 minutes, if anybody's actually ever going to watch the archive of this, only like 50 minutes in do I actually start recording anything. That's crazy. It's almost 3 o'clock. I have to go at 4, so okay, I better try this. Hello, my name is Daniel Schiffman, and I'm making a video about processing 3. I should just, okay, I'm gonna stop laughing at myself. This is why I would prefer not to be live streaming this, because I could just fumble like this. I'm trying to make this a little more polished than my usual videos. I should be a little more serious. Okay. Hi, my name is Daniel Schiffman. I am making this video on behalf of the Processing Foundation and the many volunteers that have dedicated a lot of time over, I would say, at least the last year, if not the last 15 years, to making this newest version of processing, Processing 3. So the purpose of this video is to introduce some of the new features that are in Processing 3. So I want to mention, if processing is something that's entirely new to you, this video is really intended for existing processing users, which you can still watch it and enjoy it, but if processing is totally new to you, I might suggest going to hello.processing.org, which I am going to put up on the screen here. And this has another video with me talking in it, which will introduce you to processing from the very, very beginning. But here, I want to look at the newest features of Processing 3. So I'm going to put the website away, and I am going to launch Processing 3. There it is over there in the corner. This is an exciting moment. Here we go, launching Processing 3. Okay. So one of the first things you might notice is a welcome screen comes up. So the first time that you launch Processing 3, it will ask you a couple things. Do you want to use your existing sketchbook, or do you want to create a new sketchbook? Now this is the first time that we've done this. Previous versions of processing have not allowed you to maintain a separate set of libraries, sketches for an earlier version of processing. So since a bunch of things have changed and different libraries are compatible with different versions, this is essentially like the recommended version. But I do this all the time when I launch processing. I do the second one, which is also fine. But this will give you this will allow you to create a new folder. So I'm going to do that right now. Once I've selected this, all I need to do is click this Get Started button. By the way, essentially the contents of this video are also here in this link. Read about what's new in 3. So it's a wiki page, it's in progress, but you can turn this video off now and just go and click that link instead, or find the wiki. So I'm going to click Get Started. The Finder obviously pops up. Now I've already made a folder here called Processing 3. This was my old sketchbook called Processing. I did this before I started the video. You might make a new folder right now. So I'm going to just select that folder and hit Open. And now my sketches, you can see I have a completely blank sketchbook. There's nothing there yet because it's totally new. Okay, so what are some of the new features of Processing 3? So first of all, you notice the editor looks totally different. There are line numbers. This is like a super exciting thing. Now, my font is quite large for making this video, which is why these line numbers are kind of spaced out, but they would look, you'll see once I start typing some code. Another major change here that's happened is down here. The console, the message console, now has 2 separate tabs. This is because the way that processing looks for errors in your code has changed quite a bit, and it's quite a bit more sophisticated and friendlier, in fact. So let's take a look at that first. So, and I forgot I might have oh shoot, don't ignore that preferences screen for a second. I forgot that I changed some preferences while preparing for this video. Now somebody's knocking at my door. This is all kind of a disaster. I was doing so well with this video. Anyway, maybe somebody will edit this for me. Okay, I'm gonna keep practicing though, because I'm sure I'll screw other stuff up later anyway. Okay, so if I'm typing void setup, void draw, I know the knocking is really like disconcerting, but I think maybe it was by accident. Maybe it was just somebody dropping something. All right, maybe I'm going to start over because this wasn't so terrible. You know what? Actually, though, maybe this could be edited, so I'm going to just like keep going, see if anybody wrote anything. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll actually edit these. Okay. So I'm going to just like start from some random point. Because I got to get through all this stuff anyway. I can start over. Okay, so the concept. Oh shoot. So I'm gonna start. There was a point where I just said, okay, I'm gonna start typing some code. So here we go. Void setup. Void draw. Oops, I missed a parentheses. Let me type size 200, 300. It's a weird size, but it's what I'm gonna do. Ellipse x. 100, 50, 50. So you can see this code has all sorts of errors in it. I never set up a variable called x. I forgot my semicolon. I'm missing a right parenthesis. So the first thing you can see is that little red squiggly lines appear where there's an error. And the lovely thing here that I'm really excited to show you is down here now. All of the current errors are listed here in this errors console. And you can see how nice these error messages are. Missing a semicolon, missing a right parenthesis. Those are exactly what those errors are. And as I go to fix them, you can see that those errors go away. And now look, we got even another error message. Once those syntax errors are fixed, the variable x does not exist. And this is a great error message because it says exactly what it means. So we've rewritten a lot of these Java error messages to make them a bit friendlier and hopefully more make more sense to a user. And of course, I could fix that by declaring a variable called x. Okay, the other thing, whoops. So I'm gonna save this in my sketchbook. I'm gonna call it welcome sketch. So the other thing I'll mention, boy, this is already taking too long here. But the other thing I'll mention is that the editor is continuously checking for errors. It's good that I'm practicing this. The editor is continuously checking for errors. So, but if that ever bothers you, you can turn that off in the preferences. So in the preferences here, there's an option to continuously check for errors. Also, if you've ever been looking for code completion, processing now has code completion. It's not turned on by default, but you can select this. And if you type some code, I'm going to do something interesting like image. I'm going to pretend I'm loading an image. And I'll say image and dot. And shoot, that didn't work. See, so this is the problem. Control space doesn't work either. So I can't do that in the video if it's not going to work. I was hoping it would work by accident. So code completion is also a possibility. Awesome. Okay, what else is new? I'm losing steam here because I feel like I screwed up so much. But it's fine, I'm just practicing. Okay, so something else I'd like to show you that is totally new. Did I miss anything? Video and sound, who's on screen? No, good. Something else that's new about processing is some of the internals have changed. You know, if you remember, 15 years ago, embedding applets into the browser was all the rage, and this was sort of a primary means of creating and sharing Java things, like a processing sketch as a web applet. So a lot of the way the processing created, I'm explaining way too much, but I think I should just say actually that a lot of the guts, the internals of how processing works has changed. And in order to make the renderers, in particular the hardware accelerated OpenGL renderers, P2D and P3D, a lot faster and more efficient. So let's take a look at a couple sketches that make use of this. There is a brand new class called P-Shader, which allows you to write shaders into your code. And so here's an example that creates this as a shader to create this nebula-like effect. So one of the things that I want to show you about what's all the new OpenGL rendering stuff has allowed for is to allow for quick and easy full screen displaying, as well as selecting which display you want to display on. So previously processing, you're probably aware of, has this size function. The size takes a width and height of the window that you want to create, as well as what renderer, the default renderer, P2D or P3D, and there's another renderer that I'll get to a little bit later. Now I can comment this out, and instead of saying size, I can simply just say full screen. Now in this case, I also want to say P2D, because I want to say I want a full screen. Maybe I should open up just a 2D example first, but full screen P2D. So I'm going to run this, and you can see, look at this, I'm in space, woo! This is like way too much fun for me. And you can see that the processing sketch just instantly launches full screen. It knows the dimensions of your window. There's very little flicker, and it's super fast. This is really exciting. So this is like so exciting. I got to do this to like another example. So let's go to demos. I'm going to go to graphics. I can't pick one. I guess I should do. Let's try ribbons. So I'm going to comment out size, and I'm going to say full screen P. This one is P3D, and I'm going to run that. Boom. Oh, full screen, and I can move these ribbons around. I'm in a weird ribbon world. So you can see the sort of speed, the 3D OpenGL rendering speed and full screenness, which is really wonderful. Now, I should also mention one of the great things about this full screen function is not only can you say full screen and which renderer, you can specify which display. So if you've ever worked with processing on a laptop and a projector, all you've got to do is say full screen P3D, 2, and it will instantly, the sketch will launch full screen on the second display, typically the second display of the projector. You can also do something crazy, which is called span, which will span across multiple displays, which is incredibly useful for all sorts of kinds of installations and video walls. So those are some really new and exciting features. The other thing that's happened in the world of displays sometime in the last few years is high density displays. Apple Retina displays, other kinds of displays that have more pixels kind of packed in per inch. So if this is something that you are, I can't demonstrate that here because this recording system is not a high density display, but if this, let me open up another example. I was gonna go to like this hue example, just to have something to type in. If you are working with a high density display, you can add the function pixel density 2. Now, these days, there really only are these double the pixels, so it's really quadruple the pixels. Somebody tell me if that's right or wrong, but quadruple the pixels. You're not really going to say pixel density 4, 8, but in the future, who knows what kind of weird, crazy displays we'll have. I don't know if that's worth going on and on, but you'll get a sort of smoother, finer quality rendering that will all be taken care of for you behind the scenes. And if you're doing a pixel by pixel rendering, there are some new variables like pixel width, pixel height, which tell you the actual width in pixels and height of your window, as opposed to the sort of like operating the sort of pseudo dimensions that the actual width and height. So I botched that, but I'll try to say something more clear the next time I make that video. And finally, if you're interested in like the highest quality, fastest 2D rendering on a high density display, there's a new highly experimental renderer in Processing 3 that's based on a technology called Java FX. And the name for that renderer is FX2D. So this is something that you might want to experiment with, and of course, chime in and provide some bug reports if things are acting a little weird for you. Something else I'll mention, this has always been a rule in processing that the size have to be hard-coded numeric values. This has to do with the way that processing sets up the application, figures out the size, and creates the window. But this rule has become a bit more strict. So some examples that base the size off of an image that you loaded or some other piece of data, there are ways around that, and you can check the wiki for that. But for the most part, if you're teaching with processing and building basic examples, you're going to want to make sure you use hard-coded values. That's why the built-in width and height variables are there for use, so to get that information as the sketch is running. I'm like looking at my script too much, but okay. Whoa! Something else this is 12 minutes, and maybe it's okay if this video is 20 minutes. We'll see how I'm doing. Something else that's great and new is the contributions manager. So as you know, processing, there are many libraries. There are also libraries that allow you to use all sorts of features that aren't available in the processing core code base, extensions of processing with lots of different exciting possibilities. There are also tools that you can that other people have made or that you can make to augment the actual development environment itself. There's modes which really like radically transform what the editor is doing, allow you to write in a different language, in fact. And now there are also example packages of examples that you can get to appear right here in the development environment itself. So how you get those and find them and install them has improved and changed in exciting ways. So first of all, there is one singular uniform contributions manager. So you can see where you find libraries, tools, examples, all in one place. So for example, let's say, and how to install them, you can do them all through this manager right here. So let's say I'm looking for a Connect library perhaps. I'm going to type in Connect, and this is the one that I want, Open Connect for processing, and I can just click down here and click Install, and boom, I've got that library available to me now, and I can go to Examples, and if I scroll down, whoa, something crazy happened. That's not good. If I go to Examples, and I guess maybe too many things are open. Whoa, this is weird. I'm going to blame the weird resolution that I'm using. You can see I have, How come that didn't show up? Do I need to restart processing? That's not good. Sure, save. Don't save. Don't save. Don't save. Sorry. Momentary lapse here. This is why I'm practicing this. Get started. Examples. So it's there. So maybe the examples, I thought the examples should refresh. I don't know if this is a bug. But you can see the examples are there now. Maybe I won't bother to show that when I do this again. And then, so once you, okay, the other thing I should mention, something I should mention is that the video and sound libraries, which have previously been part of processing, now need to be separately installed through this contributions manager. For example, I can just type in video right here and find the core video library. As you can see, it's here. It's part of, it comes from the Processing Foundation itself, but it's quite a large package to download. I won't download it now because it'll take a few minutes. But, and also now the fact that it's separated here can be updated and released on its own schedule. So that was something I wanted to say. Library updates, welcome screen, contribution. And then you can see that if there are updates available, you can see, this should say that here are all the libraries listed that have updates available, and I can say update all. I can also see here, if I unfilter, that this library needs an update, and I could just click update. Now I'm kind of like lost steam here. And then, I already talked about the welcome screen at the beginning. And okay, so the last thing that I want to finish with is that, as you can see, some of these libraries are grayed out. This means that the libraries are not yet compatible with Processing 3. So if you are a library developer and you need help getting your library up and running with Processing 3, there's nothing that I guess the right thing to say that there's nothing we would like more than to help you get that library updated. So be in touch on GitHub, on Twitter, and however you get in touch. Actually, contact information will be in this video's description. If you need help updating your library, we can help you over email or over Skype or that sort of thing. So this is a basic introduction to Processing 3. Let me know what you think. Send feedback, ask questions. This video, I don't know if anyone will ever watch. If for the details, a lot more technical implementation and details, you can go find the changes. I guess I should have this open. Obviously, I'll have this open. The recently changes in. You can go to the Changes in 3.0 wiki, and a lot of what I talked about here is described and explained in even more detail, and I'm sure there are many things that I forgot. Okay, that was about 17 minutes of practice. I'm gonna hit stop on the record, but I'm still streaming, and I'm gonna see if anybody has any feedback in the chat, the YouTube chat. The note on that note on the welcome screen saying that some of your 2.x sketches may break could be worth commenting on. Yes, I will try to. I thought that I kind of referenced that, but I think that's good feedback. So I think I need to take a short break and sort of like regroup here for a little bit. I'm happy if it's 3:10. I have another hour probably left. I'm going to try to record this video again, make a bit more of a slightly better version of it. But if you have any feedback, or if it's useful actually to have the live stream of like while I'm recording it, I can turn that back on again. So I guess you could just keep the YouTube channel open or check on Twitter. You know, let me know. I'm sort of like, I feel like a little crazy person, so I'm kind of inclined to just try to record the video without the live stream. But I do think it sort of helps, even if it's just like this psychological thing that there may be, maybe 15 people watching. But I'm going to turn this off for right now and see where I get to. Okay. Thank you. Tweak mode. I know I forgot tweak mode. I should mention tweak mode. I'm afraid to demonstrate tweak mode. I also totally forgot the debugger. Right? I completely forgot the debugger. So I should mention, it's not on my script, so I think I need to reprint out my script. So let me add that here, debugger. Okay. Thanks everyone, and Okay, that's nice of you to say. So at least this exists in some form. I'm going to stop and, okay, and come back later. I'll be back sometime, many more times.